11. Christmas time side hustle. As Christmas approached in 2018, two women were captured on home surveillance footage swiping 5 boxes off the front porch of a Riverview, Florida home. They appeared to be in their 30s or 40s, and one of the women can even be seen knocking on the front door before grabbing the final package. The sticky-fingered duo, who can be heard discussing what's inside some of the boxes, then made their escape in a dark Volvo. Homeowner Noel Jotham Rivera contacted the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, who shared the alarming video with the public in hopes that someone would come forward and identify the culprits. Several other victims who lived nearby also came forward to report stolen packages, leading law enforcement to wonder if the suspects were part of a bigger operation. Upset that the thief stole gifts that he planned to give to his children for Christmas, Rivera also shared the footage on his own Facebook page. In the post, he explained that if the women were stealing in order to provide gifts for their own kids, he would be glad to help them out. In fact, he wrote, "If they would have just asked, I would have bought their kids even more than they stole." A few days later, Rivera's home camera caught video of some community members dropping off gifts to replace the stolen merchandise, serving as a reminder that there truly are good people out there. It's unclear if these suspects were ever identified or charged. 10. A surprising culprit. In July 2022, Clint Eastman's wife received a notification that some shoes she ordered had been delivered to the couple's Deerfield Township, Ohio home, but when she went to retrieve it, the package wasn't there. After searching everywhere they could think of and not finding it, they reviewed their home surveillance footage. They saw an Amazon driver take the package while dropping off another order. The Eastmans were shocked that the person responsible for delivering their order was also the one stealing them. They shared the video and their story because they didn't want the same thing to happen to anyone else. They spoke with local station WLWT and said that it wasn't the value of the package, but the trust that he and his wife had in their delivery drivers up until that point. The footage showed the driver setting the second package at the front door, returning to her vehicle, and then coming back to the front door without her work vest on and removing the first delivery. Eastman complained to Amazon's customer service department and was told that the worker would be properly disciplined and retrained on how to conduct a proper delivery. He was outraged by the response, which he felt was inadequate for the nature of the violation the worker had committed. Amazon also allegedly did not offer to reimburse the family for their stolen package, although they received a refund from the shoe company they ordered it from. 9. Teen dog snatcher. A family was devastated in June of 2022 when their dog was stolen off the front porch of their Hyattsville, Maryland residence. Homeowner Raquel Witherspoon told local station WUSA 9 that her 12-year-old daughter's Yorkie Avery had somehow gotten outside. By the time the family noticed and started looking for the pup, he was gone. The thieves were captured in the act on surveillance footage. In the video, a couple can be seen trying to lure Avery off the porch, only to walk up and grab him when it doesn't work. Raquel's family was distraught by Avery's kidnapping. She appeared on the local news, saying that she'd do anything to get the dog back. Avery's owners posted flyers all around the area with photos from the surveillance video in hope that someone would help lead to the dog's whereabouts or even to her abductors. To Raquel's surprise, the thief called the number on the flyer and demanded a $1,200 ransom in exchange for the return of the family's beloved pet. Witherspoon agreed, and the captor demanded to see a photo of the cash so they knew she was serious. However, the thief changed their tone when they received the picture and began threatening to harm Avery. They also sent a picture of the dog in a cage, leaving Raquel's daughter extremely distraught. Thankfully, police managed to identify and locate the suspect, who happened to be a teenage girl from a neighboring area. She allegedly confessed to stealing Avery and trying to extort Witherspoon, and was charged in connection with the crime. Most importantly, the family got their dog back without having to pay the 4-figure ransom that the thief had demanded from them. 8. Stolen statue. For 13 years, a life-size statue of KFC mascot Colonel Sanders stood on the front porch of 92-year-old Gloria Ray's home in Fair Oaks, California. The Colonel became a fixture among residents at her senior living complex, where community members loved to see how Ray's dressed him up for different holidays. Then, one morning in August 2022, Ray's woke up to find that the Colonel had vanished. According to a Facebook post from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, She was devastated and wondered how someone could steal something that meant so much to her and to the community. Deputies worked hard to track down the statue in hopes of returning it to Ray's. They finally found the colonel after receiving a tip that someone had tried selling it at a local pawn shop. After taking some photos with the statue at the station, deputies reunited it with its owner. Ray's was overjoyed to have the colonel back on her front porch where he belonged. It's unclear whether the suspected thief was charged in connection with the crime. 7. Maurice Jerome Simmons. In North Charleston, South Carolina, police officers received a call about a suspected package thief while out on routine patrol in early 2022. They located the suspect's vehicle based on the description they were given and attempted to pull the driver over. However, the man sped off and attempted to flee. Officers chased after him, but it didn't last long because the suspect crashed into another vehicle. His car overturned in an intersection during the accident, at which point he decided to comply with the officer's commands. 56-year-old Maurice Jerome Simmons was charged with 4 counts of larceny, failure to stop for blue lights, and driving with a suspended license. The cops found all of the stolen packages in his trunk and returned them to their rightful owners. 6. Melissa Solomon. While arriving at their Avon, Indiana home after a family outing in late 2021, Ronnie and Amy Corsi spotted a stranger on their porch with a box in her hands. Suspecting that they'd caught someone in the middle of stealing their package, the couple blocked her truck in their driveway. Ronnie then confronted the woman, who claimed she was at the house to see someone named Andrea. He didn't buy the fake story and told her to return the package. The woman complied, but then got into her truck and drove through the family's yard in an attempt to get away. While following the thief's truck, the Corsis called the police and gave them the license plate number and a photo of the suspect. Officers soon caught up with 41-year-old Melissa Solomon and charged the woman with theft and criminal mischief. In an interview with local station WTHR, Amy Corsi said that she thought the suspect knew what she was doing and had possibly victimized other residents. The couple posted photos of the theft in progress on their front door, along with a warning to other thieves that they're being watched. 5. Janice Grant. In Sanford, North Carolina in 2022, Lisa Johnson's daughter told her mother that she saw a FedEx driver take the family's pet tortoise Holly out of her cage and snapped photos of her. Johnson wasn't initially too concerned. After all, the tortoise was returned to her cage unharmed. However, in a Facebook post, Johnson said that the driver returned 4 days later and stole the tortoise. This was especially concerning because the 5-year-old reptile was a Brazilian redford tortoise who required a special environment and care since the species is not native to the region. The Lee County Sheriff's Office identified the driver as Janice Grant and charged her with felony larceny. While law enforcement has declined to say much about the case, according to Johnson's Facebook post, Grant allegedly claimed that she released the tortoise at a local pond. Hope of the tortoise remaining alive dwindled with each passing day, especially since fall was approaching. But sheriff's deputies were thankfully able to retrieve Holly, and she was soon reunited with her family. In her post, Johnson wrote that she hopes karma serves the suspect a huge slice of what she deserves in life. 4. GRABBY Groundhog. In 2022, Kevin Benavides received a notification from Amazon that a package he was waiting for had arrived, but when he went to retrieve it from outside his Columbus, Ohio home, it wasn't there. So he checked his home security footage expecting to see a person stealing it from his porch. Benavides later told Newsweek that he didn't expect anyone to be daring enough to take the package from right underneath the surveillance camera, but he couldn't imagine that anything other than a thief was responsible. However, he was surprised to see that the culprit was a groundhog. The footage showed the critter dragging the package away just 8 minutes after it arrived. Benavides shared the footage on Reddit's r/funny forum, and it quickly made its way to national news headlines. He said that he'd looked around for the package, but he never found it, and was ultimately left empty-handed. 3. Dishonest DoorDasher. A Davenport, Florida resident was awaiting a food delivery one evening in 2022 when their surveillance camera captured footage of their DoorDash driver leaving the food on the front porch and making off with a package. In the video, the driver can be seen taking one last glance toward the porch before running to his vehicle with the box and speeding off. The Polk County Sheriff's Office identified the suspect as Kissimmee resident Moises Rios Avila and charged him with burglary and petty theft. Avila allegedly told deputies that he took the package as a prank, but they didn't believe his story. And while they don't believe the suspect planned to steal when he went out door dashing that day, they believe that he took advantage of the opportunity when it presented itself. Unfortunately, while most food delivery workers are honest, some do steal, and it's not exactly a new problem. In late 2019, a DoorDasher in Santa Clara, California was filmed running off with a package just moments after handing a resident their food. A week later, a security camera captured video of a DoorDasher stealing multiple packages from the lobby of an apartment building in Berkeley, California. Speaking with local station KPIX, a homeowners association board member named Ken Klemenko claimed that residents had tried to contact DoorDash about some recent thefts, but the company wasn't helpful. Residents in the apartment building where multiple packages were stolen reported having similar experiences when they called to complain. News station KTVU stated that DoorDash representatives had initially tried denying that a driver suspected of theft worked for the company. They changed their tune when they were shown a victim's receipt and said that they had deactivated the account of the driver. 2. Tanya Moore. A California firefighter was at work one day in October 2020 when his surveillance camera captured footage of a barefoot woman approaching his Shasta Lake home and stealing almost $200 worth of Amazon packages from his doorstep. His security system alerted him to the woman's presence, and he called the Shasta County Sheriff's Office to report the crime. With help from civilian tips and other evidence, including footage of the suspect's car, deputies identified the woman as 36-year-old Tanya Moore from Sacramento. Officers found her at a local hotel with the stolen packages in her room and said that Moore admitted to the theft. She was charged with petty theft and possession of stolen property and was ordered to appear in court at a later date. The sheriff's office used the incident as an opportunity to remind locals to remain vigilant as the holiday season approached and to avoid having their packages delivered when they're not home if possible. 1. Serial Porch Pirate. When Matt Thomas looked through the peephole in the front door of his home in Columbus, Ohio in 2022, he saw a porch pirate in action stealing a package from his front steps. Home surveillance footage shows Thomas running out of the house as the stunned thief drops the package, runs to his car, and drives off. The homeowner said that he caught a glimpse of the man's car and that it was stuffed to the brim with packages. He estimated that there were between 30 and 40 parcels in the car, and that it seemed like the thief had driven through the neighborhood taking anything he could find. The brazen theft in broad daylight occurred amid a concerning uptick in porch piracy in the Short North area. It wasn't the first time Thomas captured footage of someone stealing his packages, and around the time of the most recent theft, several others in Columbus had made similar reports. While the incidents didn't bring any imminent arrests, it became a big enough problem for police to be on high alert. And as a result, several of the thieves were called out in public social media posts featuring their photos. Would you rather have a $500 package stolen off your front porch and be reimbursed but the thief is never caught, or have a $100 package stolen and not be reimbursed but the criminal is reprimanded? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.